YouTube, it's your girl Leah, back again with another video, and this video is another foundation review video, but this is going to be a little different than my foundation review videos. If you're familiar with my channel, I usually buy a foundation or have a foundation, wear it out for a complete and total week, and then I come on here after the week, let you guys know how I feel about it. But today's video is going to be a first impressions video, and today's foundation is the MAC Next to Nothing foundation. So I just got this foundation, just ordered it from Macy's.com, but you of course can get it from MAC Cosmetics. Go to Belts, go wherever you want to go. But me and malls always end up in some kind of, tiff. I go in there for one thing, but I walk out with other things. So I'm an online shopper because I can control myself a little bit better. So if you guys are familiar with my series, I normally take my notes on these foundations. Like, I let you guys have it. But today's note sheet is a short note sheet, and it just has what the website says about it, because I have not tested this out. It's still in the box, still has a sticker on it, have not broken the seal on this foundation. I'm going to do that with you guys today in this video. Now, if you guys are familiar with me, I have dry skin. I have to heavily moisturize my skin. It's been even drier since we started this spring season, which is so strange. But I've been super dry now. But the MAC website says the MAC Next to Nothing foundation. Now, this foundation is $31. So it's right in lines with pretty much all the other MAC foundations. If you guys have seen my series, I have tried the MAC Face and Body. Love this. I have tried the MAC Mineralize. Hate this. So I have mixed reactions with most of MAC's foundations. MAC Next to Nothing Face Color is sheer coverage, satin finish, luminous. Site says may be worn under or over foundation, which we'll get into that in a little bit. There are 9 shades. I have the shade Dark, which is described as a deep caramel shade, and there are 2 shades lighter than this. I think it's Dark Plus and maybe Dark Deep. I think those are the other 2 darker shades than me. The dark shade, MAC normally has the NC45, NC50, NC42, all that. MAC Dark, this shade, is supposed to match an NC45, NW40, or NW43. Now, to me, that sounds like a few ranges. Now, that sounds like several different ranges. That's not one thing. So I'll be surprised that a foundation can fit 3 different shades of people, but I will let them have it. If I can, I'll insert a chart while I'm talking, or a chart of what's on the MAC website and like what the other shades are. So in case you're like a NW50 or NC44, NC42, you can kind of see what shade will work best for you and your skin type. Now, the MAC site this foundation has been out for a couple of weeks now, not even a month at this point. The reviews have been mixed. Some of the top reviews on the MAC site, I didn't read them, but I read like the subject of them because I didn't want anything to influence my decision, have been bad. One said no coverage at all. Another one said too sheer. Another one said great buy. Another one said love but need more colors. One said not for an even skin tone. And then the last one said a clumsy mess. So reviews been very mixed on this, and I love genuine, honest reviews, and that's what I try to give you. I spend my money so you guys don't have to, and I spend my money and I'm doing this first impression so I will know if I need to take this on back to the store and get ready to return it, because I'm not above getting my money back. If you guys saw my L'Oreal Total Coverage foundation, I took all 3 of them bad boys back, got my money back for that foundation, so not opposed to it whatsoever. I'm going to unbox this right now. I've seen it online, so I know what it's going to look like right out of the box. It does have that kind of frosted packaging, which kind of reminds me of the MAC Mineralize a little bit. I'm not a packaging person, so I'm not like, oh, I love this, the best foundation packaging ever. You can give me this plastic bottle, and I'm happy with it. This is my favorite foundation, and there's no thrills or frills about it. The things that I've been seeing about this, really so much so compare it to the MAC Face and Body, which is weird, because why would you come out with another foundation that can be compared to another foundation that you have in your arsenal already? And it's 12:02 p.m. and I'll wear it out for a little bit. I have 2 different applicators that I'm going to use. I'm going to use the Beauty Blender on one side of my face and the brush on the other side, as well as priming my face with MAC Strobe Cream. I have really had to prime my face over these past couple weeks. I came back from the beach, and let me tell you, skin was not getting the hydration that it needed. So yeah, I'm not going to color correct my face. I normally do color correct my face in a lot of my videos, but today I'm not color correcting because I don't want anything to interfere with me using this foundation. I don't want any kind of orange or pink correctors getting in the way of my genuine thoughts on this foundation. It looks like a good color match though. It looks like, you know, other foundations that I've tried. Okay, so now I've applied half of it with the Beauty Blender, and this is what my skin looks like without it. This is what the Beauty Blender side looks like. It looks like nothing. I mean, it's called next to nothing. It looks like nothing is on my face right now. I really can't see much of a difference. I mean, it feels very dewy. I can't say that. My skin looks and feels very dewy on this side. But let me go ahead and apply the side with the brush and see if I feel a little bit different. But if you guys can notice, like it looks like my skin. I think it's a better match to my face than anything though. I think this is a perfect shade match. So I've applied the foundation completely throughout my face. This is how I look. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I'm not having a big reaction to this foundation. I'm looking at my mirror. I'm looking in the viewfinder right now. And this foundation is really not wowing me whatsoever. I'm going to go apply the rest of my face, and I'm going to do a light face today. I'm not going to do nearly as much as I normally do in my foundation review videos and come back and let you guys see it. But and I normally love a luminous finish, and I love a sheer coverage, and I love all those things. If you guys are familiar with me, I want a foundation, or I look for foundations that will, you know, look normal, because I live a normal life. I don't live a, you know, extravagant life where I need a full coverage foundation. So I should like the sheerness of it. Yeah, I'll be right back. So now I am back. I have applied the rest of my face. Like I said, I kept it very light. I bronzed from here to here, did not bronze the rest of my face. I'd have to say, in terms of shade match, and I know it's probably picking up a lot darker on camera than it might be, but my skin, it does match my like skin perfectly. Like I said, I went to the beach, so I'm going through a tan situation right now, so it does really pick up well with my tan. And if you guys are familiar with my series, you guys know I put every foundation that I've tried so far in this series, what shade I am, down below in the description. So if you have any questions, like, I try to be a hub of, okay, so I'm this color Revlon Colorstay, I'm this color and Maybelline Fit Me, I'm this color and all these other brands, what shade would match well with me in this? I try to, you know, help you guys with that in case you're a little bit lighter than me, a little bit darker than me, or the exact same shade, so you can either weed out what not to get, or, you know, anything like that. So I try to be helpful. Like I said, there are 9 shades. I have this shade, and I have my other foundations that I've tried, because I'm going to do a kind of a swatch on my arm to show you what it looks like. So of course you guys saw, this is what dark looks like in the next to nothing. So that's dark. Face and body, my fave. I am C6 in face and body, and of course you can find that down below in the description box. And this is what C6 looks like in the face and body, or so very similar, I'd say. Next to nothing, face to body. And then my least favorite MAC foundation that I've tried so far, the MAC Mineralize. I was NC44, and I got NC44, if you guys saw in that video, because they said in MAC Mineralize go 1 shade lighter than you already are. So this is MAC Mineralize in NC44, this is C6 face and body, and this is next to nothing dark. 3 different shades, in 3 different foundations. And you guys know I love face and body, and I absolutely adore it. And I think if you guys see it melting into my skin right now, it's such a perfect shade match. MAC Mineralize, guys, check out my review on that video, because what were they thinking? Like, this, how is this one lighter? If this is supposed to match, if Next to Nothing is supposed to work well for NC45, how is it lighter than an NC44? This foundation, I hated MAC Mineralize because it ran on the copper side. And if you're seeing it on my arm right now, you're seeing how much it runs on the copper side. People don't address that enough in their videos, but it runs super orangey. And I'm like it made me look like a hot orangey mess. But now that I'm a little bit tanner, the Next to Nothing is working absolutely well in terms of color. Now, in terms of how I feel about this foundation, like, I just applied the rest of my face, and I'm going to wear it out and come back to you guys maybe 4, 5, 6 hours later and tell you guys what I feel at the end of the day with this foundation. But you guys know, if you guys watch my videos, I don't sugarcoat nothing for you guys. Like, I'm here to save y'all money. Brands haven't partnered with me. I'm not sponsored by anybody. Nobody sent me this foundation. A lot of people who probably reviewed this foundation when it first came out, they were sent those products. But some people keep their stuff honest, and some people, you know, don't keep it 100. I keep it 100 with you guys because, I mean, nobody's paying me. It's nothing to write home about right off the bat. That's my first initial reaction. It's nothing to write home about. So yeah, I'll be back at the end of the day and tell you guys how I feel about this foundation. Hey YouTube, so now I am back. It is now 6:39 p.m. I have had this foundation on now for about 6.5 hours, and this is how it looks. Now, one thing I said as soon as I get on this camera I need to address is that I can tell the sheerness on the Beauty Blender side as opposed to the brush side. I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but I'm looking in the viewfinder right now, and it's a distinct difference. My products are picking up way better on the brush side than they are on the Beauty Blender side. They're coming off real sheer. For a sheer foundation, I feel like you can highlight popping, highlight, oh, you know, I got a little bit, it's a little bit, blush is showing up more radiant, I feel like, and I didn't apply the same amount. I applied the same amount of pressure. I feel like contour is looking stronger, contour is looking a little less strong. So it depends on what applicator you use, the kind of coverage that you're going to get, which is the same with some of the other foundations that I've tried in my series, but I wanted to address that off right off the bat. Another thing, in these 6 hours, my smile lines have stayed in place, which has been incredible. You know, that's something I really looking forward to in a foundation. If you guys are familiar with my series, I do have very distinct, I guess, smile lines. I'm a happy person. Like, I'm just genuinely very smiley. I think even when I'm nervous, I'm like like smiling. So I think over the years I've just kind of got some lines going on, which have been, you know, something that I've always been conscious of with foundations. If it picks up in my smile lines, it's automatically something that I do not like. If you guys can see a pattern with my reviews, this one hasn't. And even if it has a little bit, it's been 6.5 hours. I don't set any of my foundations with powders. You guys know that about me. I'm dry skin to the day I die. I'm ride or die dry skin. So powders for me are a no-go with any foundation. I do set my foundation with like a Fix Plus spray, all-nighter spray by Urban Decay, but I do not set my foundations with any kind of powder. So I did not get the Next to Nothing powder. I was not going to spend that money, not going to waste that money whatsoever. This foundation has not oxidized on my skin. That's a very much so another pro. You know, no smile lines, no oxidation. But those are, I think, the only pros that I have. I mean, it's a good sheer coverage. Does it do all the things that it says it's going to do? It says it's sheer coverage. Yeah, it's sheer coverage. You know, you're going to get an even sheer coverage. Your Beauty Blender, you're going to get a very much so sheer. You can apply 5 coats of this. You're not going to get a medium coverage with it. You're just not. You're going to get a sheer coverage. Is it going to be satin finish? I think so. I mean, I didn't address the finish of it, I guess, in my other video, but it is very much so a satin kind of a foundation, which I like satin finish. And it's luminous. I think it is. I think that they hit the mark with their luminosity in saying that it's luminous. But I brought up the other 2 foundations that I reviewed in my series, the Matte Face and Body and the Mineralize, because I mean, I have my notes. I keep my notes. After I do my review videos, I keep my notes in my little notes book so I can go back to them and see what I said exactly about some of the other foundations. So for the MAC Mineralize, the site said their claims were sheer coverage, natural finish, luminizing. Sounds kind of the same. Like, does it MAC Mineralize? I think that I said MAC Mineralize gave me a light to medium coverage if I'm looking at my notes, but it was kind of still on the more sheer side, natural finish, and luminizing. That sounds very, very much so similar to the what I just said with the next to nothing. Now if I go to MAC Face and Body, their site says sheer coverage, natural finish, hydrating, and weightless. Sheer coverage. You're saying the same things. Like, you're just switching around words a little bit, but you're saying the same thing, MAC. I'm not sure MAC needed to come out with this foundation, to be completely honest. And when you watch other people's review videos, keep in mind, don't like be easily swayed. I love brand influencers and I watch a lot of brand influencers videos, but don't be easily swayed when they love a foundation that just came out. You know, MAC is still sending them all those satin lipsticks. They're sending them so many other products. They don't want to mess up that brand relationship. I'm here to tell you that what I say, I don't care about those brand relationships. I care about delivering good information to you guys. And I just don't see why. I just don't see why we needed a next to nothing. Like, I like it. It's a good foundation. I'm somebody who likes your coverage. I like, you know, something that looks good. Just looks good though. I really have this foundation in my Face and Body. Like I said, Face and Body, sheer coverage, luminous, weightless, same things. And it's natural finish. This one just said satin finish. I mean, this is the bigger bottle. A minute ago I had the smaller bottle. Bigger bottle is $38. The smaller bottle I had earlier was $28. With this bottle you get 4 fluid ounces. With this one you get 1.2. Oh, you get 1.2? Let's see, you get 1.2. Oh, that's a little bit more than you normally get. Still, you're not going to trick me. 1.2 fluid ounces, you get 4 fluid ounces. So you get 4 fluid ounces for $7 more with the Face and Body. It has SPF in it. I took this with me to the beach. I bought this in the NARS Tinted Moisturizer Foundation, which I'll do a review on later. This is all I needed. Summertime fine. I see a lot of people comment, you know, this is a summer foundation. This ain't, I mean, yeah, this could be a summer foundation. I think this is very much so a good summer foundation for a dry skin person. Hence me saying this. For a dry skin person, good summertime foundation. But this is good too. Like, this is already in my arsenal. I already have 2 bottles of this. Half a bottle and then a whole full bottle that I can't wait to bust out. So I love this foundation. But next to nothing, I already own it. Like, that's the thing. Now, if you're oily skin, I did not mention this in this video, do not run. This isn't your foundation. Run. Oily skin people, it's a no-go for you. Never think this is for you. It says, for somebody said, I think in a comment, that this is for all skin types. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Unless you're going to set it with that next to nothing powder and do the combo, it may work out if you do the combo with the foundation with the powder. If you gotta buy something and then pair it with another product, it may not be for you. I wanted to do right before I go off a comparison. I realized, I checked my thing, I have the MAC what is this, Studio Fix Fluid in NC45, and I want to do a video comparison so you guys can see what color it is, to see if it's a color match to the next to nothing. So this is NC45 MAC Studio Fix right there. And then this is next to nothing dark. And I'll do a video on the MAC Studio Fix Foundation somewhere in my video review series. You'll see how I feel about NC45. You guys probably already know how I feel about the color NC45. But yeah, this is next to nothing. NC45 MAC Studio Fix. So it's a little bit more on the orangier side, which is weird. I think this is very much so a neutral finish foundation. Like, it is blending out, so it doesn't look that orange. So I think the shade is amazing. I've heard people, and then this looks like a big, let me get this off my hand. I think that if you are looking for a sheer coverage foundation and you already own MAC Face and Body, you know, don't waste your time. If you don't own MAC Face and Body, I love it, and I'm a strong proponent of MAC Face and Body. It does have the SPF in it. It's so good for summertime. But would I repurchase this product? Absolutely not. Would not repurchase this product. Gonna have to give it a strong pass on this. I'm not gonna take it back though, because it does say you can wear it under your foundation, which I found really weird in the description, that it's a foundation to wear under a foundation. Like, I don't want a foundation. I put a primer on. I don't put a primer on to put a foundation on to put another foundation on. I don't got that much time for that many steps. So I don't think I'll repurchase it. I'll probably use it again to see how, like, maybe even these would go in conjunction with each other. It might really work out. But would I recommend, if you don't already own MAC Face and Body, yeah, sure, give it a chance. It has a pump. You get 1.2 fluid ounces. It's new. I mean, it's got a frosted bottle if you're into that kind of thing. But would I recommend for somebody who owns MAC Face and Body? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know, like I said, I'm too big of a fan of this. Like, I can't let this go. Yeah, so that has been my thoughts on this foundation. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them down below. Make sure I will move over to the side so I can insert a picture of my face. So you can go ahead and subscribe to me. If you want to check out any of my other foundation review series, the good, the bad, the ugly, make sure you click the playlist over to the side as well. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.